You play as an agent in Syndicate named Miles, a badass mofo with the ability to use his dart ship to control people and make them shoot themselves. I mean, that's pretty badass. It's up there, you know, up there with Born. Basically, you are on the hunt, and since you're an agent, you'll be told what to do by the corporation. It has some twists and turns throughout, but it mostly stays on the future agent badass takedown revenge story. If that makes sense to you. I just threw like a bunch of genres in one. Anyway, the voice work is well done, especially having some few well-known actors such as Rosario Dawson and Brian Cox. Though I wish our main character had a voice, because again, they make him speechless, which takes away from the character in my honest opinion. It also doesn't make sense either, seeing as the development team created two awesome main characters, or at least gave voices to them, Jackie and Riddick. Either way, the story serves its purpose and you get to go to different areas and kill bad guys. But I can't say that's anything special. You could probably guess who betrayed you. You could probably guess who the real bad guy is. And you're going to know who's going to try to kill you. Overall, it's a decent sci-fi steampunk type of story going on. But it really fails in comparison to what it could be the whole time. Graphic wise, the game is pretty. The environments definitely feel different from one another. I love the idea of being in a corporation building 1 minute to a train station the next, or a future train station anyway. I would like more outdoor places, but I guess it wouldn't make sense throughout the story. Though the city areas, being as minimal as they are, do look pretty neat. I love that HUD view. Everything pops up and tells you what it is, from a chair to a refrigerator to a grenade and so on. Some quirky animations though, sometimes the clutter on screen for some, and the so-so enemy designs will take away from the experience sadly. I still think the graphics are positive and they feel unique enough, because there's not really that many steampunk looking games out there. So with Syndicate, the game takes a step forward, but then doesn't move at all. What I mean is that it implants some great ideas, but really doesn't take it far enough. The game is a first-person shooter with some nice little ideas thrown on top of it to spice it up. First off is this dart chip. It makes you an awesome son of a bitch. You can make soldiers shoot themselves, blow themselves up, betray their teammates, or even make their gun backfire and injure or kill them. Sure, it sounds like a simple little feature that really wouldn't mean much, but when you're getting shot at in the battle and you're like, oh no! And then you're like, oh wait! And then you make the guy suicide himself and blow himself up and kill 2 other people in the process, it's pretty much changing the tide of the battle. And it's an awesome little feature that I really enjoy using. You could also use this X-ray vision, will let you target anybody, basically through anything. You can see through walls, you can see their skeletons, you could shoot them and watch their skull blow up. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's a crazy yet awesome feature that again helps change the tide of battle. It also helps because you can see the invisible guys, which are a pain in the ass, and shoot them in the face, which they deserve because they're invisible and you're not, bitches. Now, both of these neat features help the gameplay more engaging, but that's really where it stops, and that's my problem. The rest is just basic shooting. Some interesting gun types, but you've seen them all before, especially better in like games like Resistance. All basic shooting with going room to room, blasting away at a set amount of enemies and moving on to the next room. Again, it's a shame because the developers obviously like non-linear gameplay with making Darkness and Riddick, so I would have liked to see that continue and, you know, add more. Add in some stealth maybe, and it feels like that's a completely missed feature, and it would have been a great feature in my honest opinion if they had stealth. It would have, you know, spiced up the gameplay. I'm sorry, Deus Ex does that to me. It does it to me. The co-op seems to be a big feature people enjoy. Sadly, I could only get to the end of the stages before completing them because it is impossible to beat with just 2 people. The online recommends 4-player co-op, and it means it. The game does not scale at all, and these guys will try to kill you. They will sneak around, blast you in the face, and shit on your face, basically. I mean, honestly, that's what they do. They really are the most evilest soldiers of all time. They are on the hunt. It's like you screw their mom, and they are pissed, and they're coming after your ass. That's what these enemy AI are like online. So it's not easy. I recommend you grabbing 3 other buddies before heading online. Syndicate is definitely not a bad game by any means. I thought it was a good game throughout, but nothing more than that. It's simple, and it can be fun, but it doesn't try to make big enough strides when it could have. Adding more things to make the single player more engaging, make the story more engaging, less linear, since these developers know how to do that. That's my point. You know, I play a lot of shooters, but when these developers know the idea that making it non-linear, having a little place to explore, it could be fun, and these developers know how to do that with the last 2 titles. Here, they just didn't work. If you want an interesting and tough co-op with a fun single player, you might find it here. I have to say, I enjoyed the fact that the developers had good ideas in adding it to the shooting genre, but they just didn't implant enough, sadly. More powers could have been added. Also, a 5-hour campaign is cutting it short, my friends. Sure, most shooters are around there nowadays, but it's no excuse for this developer in my honest opinion. For now, I'll say Syndicate is a good game, but I expect better from these guys. A 7 out of 10, and I hope to see them advance the series and make it bigger and better, and definitely longer than before. That's what she said. Bam! Have a good day.
Extraction complete. Upgrading.